gosh, is it live? Here it is. It's live here at Confetti Moments. Cheers to you all. Here's my epic coffee. Hang tight. I did all this prep work and then didn't open it, which is really cool, and you're in this adventure of not knowing that you were going to be in front of a bunch of people talking and you're learning as you go,
We got some idea what's going on. Some idea, maybe.
That's the time. Try. What fun stuff do you do while we're... Oh, 2 people. We got people viewing.
There we go. I play golf.
Yeah, where are you at, bro?
Put my golf hat on instead.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to try something and see if this helps.
Golf.
Here we go. I'm going to try.
See if they bop in.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I gotcha.
Okay, cool. I was trying this microphone out, but I think it was creating some kind of weird lag, and I don't need that in my life. Nobody needs to talk over someone by accident, so I apologize for that.
I'll try not to lag from this far away.
Oh my goodness. Lagging. What video game on the computer did you play where you had to worry about lag?
Right. Easy.
Anybody?
Descent. Descent on a land when we were in high school. There's a good one.
Oh, that's cool. I played Diablo and Diablo 2, and apparently there's a new Diablo, and everybody's really cool. Yeah. So here we are live, Confetti Moments, and we are waiting for a few guests to pop on, one including Matt, who's in the same house, but maybe we're having an internet issue, so that could be part of it. He might just pop over here and join me on the couch. And a bunch of other collectors are joining us. So I'm going to check my messages to make sure no one's blowing me up at this time. Oh, here we go.
Give Scotty a hard time.
I know. Scotty James in.
Where is the devil?
What's good?
I'm looking.
What's up, Briar? Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see who's this.
I got my Mickey hat on, Briar.
Let me see. Oh, is that a D23 hat?
No, but it's still my favorite hat.
I know, it's a good hat. Here we go. See, hey, what's up? How's it going?
How you doing, Shane?
What's happening?
We're rolling today. It's going to be a good time. Oh, here. Comments. Okay. Hello. Ooh. Hello. This is a pinnacle friend right here, down here, that says hello in the chat. And Polly says everything is looking and sounding good, but I did unconnect my cool microphone because I don't know. Microphones do weird laggy things, and I don't need that in my life. So how are you guys today as we're waiting for some of our other friends to join us? And I'm going to hit myself mute and let y'all say hi.
Doing great.
Hello, guys. Like I said, Friday here, so I'm on the beers already.
Yeah, for sure. It's not Friday here, but Thursday's always my Friday.
Yeah, close enough.
Thursday's always my Friday. So hang tight. Let me see if anybody else is trying to catch on. Don't see. Okay, here we go. I'm paying attention. What's up? Apache. The link. Get the link. The link is in the email I sent you. The link is in the email I sent you. Look, 4 legends. All right. I am going to send you the link in a message right now. I know. Banana Mac. Okay. Well, I'm having my medium panic over here. Welcome to... This is what the beginning of teachers teaching online during COVID looked like, was this. It's like, oh my God. Right. Uh-oh. We're getting Apache. I'm getting him. All right. You guys, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for chilling here for just a second while we're waiting Today we are talking digital and physical, and if I can do both of these things at the same time, I'm pretty awesome. So during the chat today, we're going to ask some signal questions, some questions to the group. That includes the people in the chat. So you're going to give a thumbs up. That's option 1, and a peace sign for option 2. That's just a fun way to see what people are thinking while we are prompting each other with these questions. And also, I just really can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. So hang tight. I'm trying to do the thing. I did it. Did I send it? Or did I just send it in there? Apache, I sent it Discord. Uh-oh. Kenny says, Paulie wants to get drunk tonight. Should we play every time someone says digital, or how about this? Every time someone says NFT, drink your tea.
I don't like where this is going.
What'd you say?
I don't like where this is going.
This is coffee. This is black coffee. Matt made it. It's super tasty. What did we say? We got way past my bedtime. Okay. Well, I'm sorry it's way past your bedtime. Definitely come back for the recording. NFT. You like? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Paulie. You got it. NFT. Haha. Anyway. Gosh, should we make that? Guys should collect it and connect in. Brew a tea. Anyway. Okay.
Brew a tea.
I don't know, guys.
I got some tea for later on. I'll tell you that right now. But right now it's beer club.
Okay. So here we are. We are waiting for a few guests. Vinatron, Apache, and Matt. I don't know what's going on with our internet stuff, but we are waiting, and we're super thankful here. We have JJL. Can you give a wave and just tell us where you are tuning in from or chiming into from today and what you collect?
I am based in Australia, so here in Sydney. I live in Sydney. Been here for a long time. And I go back to America every once in a while. As you can tell, this is not an Australian accent. So I'm frequently in America in the summertime, especially for NBA Summer League.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. And then we've got Scotty J111 up in the house.
What up? I met JJL at Summer League last year for the first time. So that was cool. I'm in the Seattle area. I don't know.
And we've got Shane coming in from where today?
Arizona.
Oh. What'd you say?
Are you able to hear me?
Yep, I'm able to hear you. I'm just wondering why everybody's name isn't at the bottom. Ollie. I'm like,
for some reason, my microphone keeps cutting in and out, and it's asking me to reboot my system. So let me reboot, and then I'll be right back in.
Sure.
Okay,
See, it was happening to me too. I unplugged mine.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Did it do it? No, don't do that. Undo. Unclick what I just clicked. Okay. Did I just drop somebody? What happened?
They'll get all their pieces together at some point.
It's fine. People will come back. I might have been me. I'm new here. It was me. I'm sure of it. So sorry.
No. It's me.
It's always me.
I was trying to figure out how to chat, but I'd have to be logged into YouTube, and it's not connecting me. And so, anyways, it's a thing.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what it's like to be on the guest side of this thing. So I'm gonna add Apache's coming into the stage.
I'll say what's good. What's good, Cynic Dark? What's good, Banana Max? My queen.
I know. Cynic is like, I think, a pretty good whiz kid on the spreadsheets, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Yeah. So what's up? There he is, Apache coming in. Apache. Oh, I gotta add you. Are you in? Did I add you? You're there. Polly, everyone's on the stage. Apache, can you hear us? Oh, it's okay. Welcome.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can.
Oh, you
can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
There it is.
You can't. Can you see me? Okay. Sorry, guys. I was. I had the YouTube link and I was watching you guys, but I wasn't able to get in. I'm an idiot with technology. Sorry.
No, you're not. You're cool. Don't say
But
those things.
who? So I saw Scotty on there. Who's the guy in the upper right here?
I'm
the
JJL.
legend, JJL.
All right,
JJL.
man. Hey, nice to meet you.
Pleasure, mate.
I'm at my son's baseball game, so I'll probably mute out and listen to you guys. But I do have some things I wanted to chit chat about and input, and then listen. Mostly, I'm here to listen.
You're a
Yes,
guest on the show, man. You can't just
From Jamie George, Apache is the absolute legend. Right? So
Got the meta glasses on.
I know
Those
I
are
was
Briar's favorite at the parks.
oh my god,
That's how you got Minnie Mouse, right?
yeah. Matt was wearing them, and we literally walked in
You
with
guys
the
hear me?
pixie on,
Oh,
and it
shit.
just went straight in. So she saw it right away. It was pretty awesome. And having those metas are going to capture. So I'm headed down to the parks with my metas and ready to rock and roll, see what goes on. So as we are...
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything, but we
That
can
might be
hear
on his
you.
end. Yeah.
This is fun, but
Whose
what
end?
do we-
Mine?
yeah,
He's
we can
got
hear
some.
you. We hear you. We hear you.
It's got to be the glasses.
It's got to be the
Guaranteed.
glasses. I couldn't get my. I was like, you know what? Unplug it off.
Okay, I'm turning them off.
Unplug it off. See?
Okay,
Yeah.
go
There you go. You
go
figured it
ahead,
out.
dude. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
We
we
got
can hear
you.
you. Joe. We
Okay,
got you,
I
bro.
turned the glasses off. You guys talk. Let me get my technology situated. I'm listening. I'll jump in.
Rip City. Let's go,
What's Rip
Trailblazers.
City? Tell me about Rip City.
Rip City, Trailblazers.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
Banana Mac says, I'm thinking about Vegas' summer league. Hey, Mac, breaking news. I can't make summer league this year. I'm so
No,
sorry.
you have to come. If she's coming, you have to come.
I mean, it was such a great time last year, but I just got a work related thing that I'm just man. No,
I was this close to being in Vegas for the first round of March Madness right now. My best friends are there right now. They're sending me pictures. They're like, dude, you should have flown over. You should have come over. I like just wait until July for me, okay? Wait until I get there in July.
that's awesome.
But they're having an absolute blast, and it's making me jealous.
When are you going to be there?
I'll be there for the whole first week, pretty much.
Okay.
I usually go for the first like 5 to 6 days and try to find a concert in there in Vegas, something going on as well as basketball, and then just overdose on basketball as much as we possibly can.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh wait,
So,
we got
Brad-
Banana Mac is chiming in. Look, by the way, I'm crying. Oh my god.
I'll be
Briar.
there. I'll be there 100% on there. 100%.
Rip City is the nickname for the Portland. It's Portland's nickname, and it's like Portland Trailblazers. So I'm repping for our. I'm from Seattle. We don't have a team yet. We've been teamless in basketball for a while. Maybe soon to change. And so I root for the Blazers.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's hard when you're like a transient person. Do you like? I guess you're all the way in Australia, and you're still loving your northern team. Who is like jump teams? Anybody? While we're waiting, I definitely have dropped my team. I definitely dropped the 76ers for the Spurs. No problem, because I like their vibe.
Oh, that's
but,
fair. That's perfectly reasonable. That's perfectly reasonable.
Thank you. I thought so. I see.
As
I know
a Boston
things.
Celtics fan, I'll tell you that's perfectly reasonable.
I know. Okay, so here we are. While people are popping on, we're going to move forward with this conversation. So, again, option 1, give me a thumbs up. It lets me see a 1. And option 2, it's a peace sign. It gives me a 2. When I ask the question, option 1 this time is going to be physical. Option 2 is going to be digital. And I have a feeling this group is probably going with. So if you're paying attention and you're in the chat, drop your little emoji for me. A thumbs up or a peace sign. Thumbs up, physical, peace sign, digital. Go. And in you guys too, real life. Give me a thumb. The peace sign, right? We're all the digitals all the way, right? There we go. We got a peace sign. Okay. So with that being said, as we're still waiting for some people to come popping in here, I'm gonna maneuver around some of my questions. But speaking of like physical and digital collecting, what was your entry point? What started you all in your collection? Because you can't become a digital collector without like, look at us. We're not like we're 15 or something, right? We're all grown-ups with jobs and can make adult choices and stuff. And so what drew you to collecting in the first place, real quick, and how you got to digital? Please. JJL, go.
I'm happy to go first. So my original collecting is definitely from baseball as a child, baseball cards and baseball jerseys. I remember the first baseball jersey I got as a kid, Roger Clemens. My dad took it to the local store and got it screened on with the number 21 on the back and everything. Like, that was peak pinnacle for me. And those are jerseys and sports cards I still collect to an extent. Obviously, I still collect jerseys. This is my Travis Bazzana personally autographed jersey. I got a few back here. I like the autograph stuff. And I would say that kind of digital collectibles, I'm not saying the N word because I don't need to take a sip of beer right now, but the digital collectible space is kind of taken over from a baseball card collection, basketball card collection, football card collection, because I don't have enough room for cards and I travel the world so much. So having it right here, that's everything to me.
Thank you. Okay. Shane, what you got?
Well, so I started collecting when I was a kid with comic books. That's where I started my collecting journey, and then moved from there into toys. And then if you see in the background here, I have a large movie collection. Hence, my name, Video Shane. And then I think it's been 4.5 years now that I discovered digital collecting, and I just immediately gravitated to it. I'm of an age where I'm looking around my house and realizing how much stuff that I have, and I just it's too much. I still want to enjoy the hobby of collecting, and just like you said, to have it all on my phone is that just brings me nothing but joy. Trying to sell stuff physically, like on eBay, is just a nightmare, and I don't wish that pain on my worst enemy. So digital's just it was an easy transition for me.
You get rid of that musty old comic book smell a little bit. Yep, that exactly. We probably shouldn't have been breathing for as long as we were. Okay, Scotty J, give me some information about your collecting.
I love the comic book connection. I started at 10 years old collecting comics. I also collected nickels. I was really into buffalo nickels. I had those little cardboard books that you would push the nickel in for each year until the ice cream truck came by one time, and then I popped all those suckers out, not kind of realizing what I was doing, I guess. But I just love to collect stuff. And then I'm a lot like Video Shane. I about 4 years ago, I started. I got my actual first of the word we're not going to say. I bought a Lazy Lion, and it was like $800, and I remember being like, what did I just do? And then it went to like 8,000 like within a month. And I was like, what I did was I became a genius, like overnight, literally became a genius. And then that started the degeneracy of NBA Top Shot, NFL All Day, Crypt Toys, now Digitoys, which I love. I think Video Shane, I think you're in there. I've seen you, right, with Crypt Toys.
Yep.
And in fact, Briar, I do a lot of the Mickey, the Disney Mickey stuff on Crypt Toys. That's really kind of one of the things I do. And then recently, I've just started getting into the Panini blockchain, and I do and now I've been actually, I've gone the other way, Shane. I've started to collect some physical stuff now, and I'm in a way enjoying the pain that you just described. As I just dropped off some cards, at the post office box and paid like $12 to ship these somewhere, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, this is crazy.
Nice.
My ultimate goal is to be like Apache 1999, the true pinnacle OG. Actually, he's not really the OG, but he is the current godfather. If BriarJay is the fairy godmother, Apache is the godfather of Pinnacle.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, dude, it's time. So here he is. Tell the story. We're ready. We're listening. It's your stage, bro. Go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I've had some technical difficulties, as you could tell, but I am not the godfather. I defer to Dice as the ultimate godfather, and we don't know what he looks like. We don't know who he is. We don't know where he is, but he was the original OG that when I got into it, you know, I bought my first, wow, we could go many different directions right now, but a little backstory, dude. I loved baseball as a kid, and I got into baseball cards in the like early 90s. My favorite player was Frank Thomas, and I had the 1990 Leaf set with Ken Griffey's second year, Frank Thomas rookie year. You know, that was like the Will Clark days. I mean, it's just great time to be in baseball. Ken Griffey. And my dad took me to a card show. And I remember him buying me that set. I think it was like $400 for that, like Leaf 1990 set. And I looked it up the other day. I still have it in a box, and I looked it up, and it's still worth $400. Like, I don't know. But I got into collecting baseball and basketball cards, and I literally cataloged all of them. I put them all in like alphabetical order. So if I had, you know, Frank Thomas, he'd have his sheets, you know, all lined up, and then you flip it over and it was all like alphabetical. Well, then, you know, back then you had Beckett, which you could tell the prices from, and Beckett, you had to buy the magazine for each sport, and Tough Stuff there was TUFF stuff had in one book, you could get the basketball cards, the baseball cards, you know, the football cards, all in one book. So my mom subscribed to that, and like every month I would go through when it came in the mail, and I would like update my prices, and I'd put little like Post-it notes in the book of what they were worth. And I just started, I was 12, 13 years old. So I'm a collector at heart. And I think that not everybody's a collector in the world. And it's so hard when we have so much passion for it, when we talk to other people and they're like, you're an idiot. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And like, but there's certain people that are collectors, and obviously you guys are the same, you know? So that was like in the early 90s. And then like they kind of like sat in the closet through college, through growing up, and like the other day, I've got two kids, two boys, 9 and 12, and I pull them out, and as a kid, I used to think like, when I get older, these things are gonna be worth so much, and my kids are gonna love them. Pull them out, and like they looked at them for 30 minutes, you know, and we kind of like played around, and they wanted to get back on their laptop or iPads and Fortnite and Roblox and all that stuff. So kind of hurt my heart, to be honest. It was like, clearly I spent way too much effort as a child, you know, cataloging that stuff. But it speaks to the passion I think that collectors have, which is wanting rare, special things that make you feel good inside, you know, like when it comes to sports collectibles, it's like it makes you think of a play that guy made on the field, that, you know, it brings back that joy. When it comes to, in my case, lately, it's been Disney Pinnacle, which is like characters of Disney, like the Fantasia pin. I totally remember going to Disneyland as a kid and seeing that Fantasia show and Pluto and all that. So like it brings you somewhere special. It's got rarity, and the crazy thing is, and like I said, I'm a physical guy too, but like physical stuff, you have to keep it, and you got to store it, and you got to take care of it. And the other day, my kids are into Pokemon cards, and we sent I think we sent 10 of them off through GameStop. If you want me to stop, I'll stop, but I'm just telling you kind of things that come to mind. But I told each of my kids to get like their 5 favorite Pokemon cards and baseball cards, and we'll send them off to PSA to get graded. And so at GameStop because they had like a special going on for like $20 a grade. And so we did it. My younger son puts his stack of 5 cards on the back seat of my car while we're all loading in, and our dog, who's like loves to go places, jumps in the back seat and crushes the cards, like totally just annihilated them. And I was like bent them all, like, and these were like pretty cool cards. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Well, we get the grades back, PSA 3, PSA 6, completely ruined him, and he was heartbroken. And I haven't sent anything back since. I was just like, I was mad about that, you know. I was like, that, what a waste. But stuff like that happens with physical things. The beauty of the digital space is, you know, as long as you don't lose your wallet or you get hacked, like they're gonna be around, you know. And I have like a really long-term view of this whole thing. Like everybody gets in and wants to make a quick buck and wants to like flip it and double their money or whatever. Like I literally haven't sold a pin in 2 years, and I have Panini, by the way. I did sign up like 2 years ago for Panini, and I bought some cards. But I just don't sell anything because I have like a 10-20 year horizon on this stuff. So, all right, I'll leave it at that. You guys go run with it.
Hey Apache.
Hey. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm currently locked out of my MetaMask, my Eternal wallet, and 2 of my Blockdos, and I potentially have the ability to get back into the MetaMask, but the other 3 are like gonzo. So like,
how do you get locked out?
Dude, something happens where like it you know, it whatever, and then I can't find my, you know, like I hit it someplace so good that I can't find my secret phrase. And like, I mean, maybe it's here, maybe it's not, who knows? So
okay, hold on. Thumbs up, you hide things from yourself. Peace sign, you always know where everything is. Okay, sorry, that was fun. So
I mean, like it's a real thing.
Yeah. No, I think that is a challenge. And I was gonna say my grandma.
Sorry. Like I get, okay, that brings up a good question though, Scotty. Like about self-custody and stuff, right? So like I have Coinbase, and like I have my little like 12-word thing what I keep safe, but like if you really did get locked out of your Coinbase, I feel like Coinbase is gonna be able to get you in, right? Like in those cases of those exchanges, they got to be able to get you in, no?
Well, I think for an exchange, yes, but Scotty's talking about a self-custodial wallet, and that's the whole point. Is they tell you up front, we are not able to recover your seed phrase. So if you lose your seed phrase, and that's on you, essentially, they're not able to come in and rescue you. So that brings up the question: is, you know, what do people prefer, self-custody with a custodial wallet, or a walled garden like VV or Pinnacle?
You know, it's tough because like, so with Blockdo, they ended up having some kind of like security thing that forced me to like into a pending mode, and then I couldn't. They said, "Oh, you find your restore, you know, thing. We emailed it to you," and I'm like, I literally don't have it. Like I don't have it, and they can't do anything about it, right? So if you're on the exchange, if you're on Coinbase, for example, they might be able to help you like with your like get into your, you know, account, so to speak. But those if it's not your keys, it's not your coin, you know, that's the phrase, right? So like you have the other problem there, Apache, of like, man, maybe they could help you customer service wise recover something, but you also like could lose it all because of something they do and not have any you know, rights to it or whatever. So I don't know. It's tough.
That is scary. And I think actually that's a huge barrier to entry for a lot of people, to be honest, because, you know, crypto doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to hacking and that. Like, what's that one story with the guy that has like, you know, 100 million of Bitcoin and he threw it in the trash? And it's like,
yeah,
how do we fix that problem? I don't know that there is a way. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but like that will keep a lot of mainstream people away. So I guess in that regard, my vote would be for custody, you know, just because of that risk. But you should have the option to take it off chain if if you feel like you're capable of doing that. But for the mainstream, I think it should be like a Coinbase or Pinnacle model. Personally, that's my vote. Just for that
JJL,
reason.
do you collect? Did you collect, or do you collect the AFL mint, the footy moments?
I looked at it when it first came out. I got more into chains. That's the National Basketball League version down here. So I got into that a little bit, but I think that one folded. Chains had some good stuff. I actually ended up at a game courtside once, thanks to them, because a buddy of mine was really into it. We're both Top Shot guys, but he got really into the chains, and he won some courtside tickets and was like, "Bro, you want to come?" I was like, "Yes, absolutely." Yeah. So it had some good utility. It had some good things going on for it. The AFL, I think, is still cracking and everything. It's a good one. Yeah. Good product, great sport, but let's not go there yet. But I haven't gone into it that much, to be honest with you.
I have 1,200 AFL footy moments that are in that Blockdo wallet. And now Blockdo has sunset.
Mate, you're going to know more about AFL than me after 15 years of living here. That's how it's done.
Oh, yeah. And some of them were really, really rare. So whatever.
Oh, so they didn't give you the option to pull them off?
They gave Blockdo, it's the self-custody issue. Like, Blockdo said, hey, you should have gotten your recovery JSON file and, and be able to do something with that. And I'm like, I just literally don't. So anyways,
because I've definitely been part of a lot of projects that have, gone under, and I was able to pull all of my stuff off and move it to a custodial wallet. Mattel had a Hot Wheels project, and I pulled all of those off. I don't know if people remember Recur. I pulled all of the Recur stuff off. Trying to think, Nike had their dot swoosh. I pulled all of that stuff off. So there's been a lot of projects that HRO, they gave you the opportunity to pull all those off. So
mine was a self-custody wallet issue though, right? Like,
okay.
Yeah, I was already in a self-custody wallet, and so it's not had nothing to do with AFL or anyone. It's just It's just the classic problem that you have, right? And
I have a separate area that I keep all the seed phrases for all of the different wallets that I have. It's all in one location that I keep secure. So I think that's if you're going to get there has to be some education involved if you're going to get into self-custody. But like I said, I think that onboarding with Disney Pinnacle and with Vivi, those types of projects where you don't have to worry about wallets or any of that kind of stuff makes the process so much easier. So I think that's right now we're still in the early stages, just to get people to wrap their head around the idea of collecting something that they can't hold in their hands physically. I've been doing for the past couple of years, I've been doing my best to get the word out. And so I've been doing panels at various conventions. So I did San Diego Comic-Con last year, and I did Designer Con last year. And then I just got accepted to Phoenix Fan Fusion this year. And I think that San Diego is going to let me come back again because we had a really good turnout for my panel. But just to educate people and, remind them that every single person in the world has bought something digitally at one point or another, whether it's an app for your phone or a skin in a video game or coins in a game, or whether it, a movie off of Apple or a piece of music. All these things exist digitally and previously were physical. And so the idea it's not that, it's the barrier is just this idea of wrapping your head around it, that you could own it and then sell it. These large corporations have done a really, really great job of convincing people that the only way to buy something digital is that you're essentially renting it long-term and not allow them to own it. So I have all these movies in my Fandango account and all this music I bought on iTunes, but I don't own any of it because there's no marketplace.
Right.
So just getting people to wrap their head around that, and it's just that simple of a concept, that if you can sell it in a marketplace, then you actually own it.
Well said.
My first time buying anything online was some like interior design game, and I'd buy like couches and stuff, right? And this was like 2020 when everybody was like losing their mind. I'm like, let me do this, right? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop. I put like $1 bajillion into this silly app. I deleted it. Guess what? I said, I want to play it again. I went back and none of that business was there. So it is not get ready, folks. NFT when you do that. So if it's not an NFT, that, oh, I did it again. Sorry. Drink your coffee.
JJL's cool with it. He's good with it.
Yeah, it's that time. But you know what I mean? I think that in having that ownership and that knowledge that I can purchase it and I can trade it and I can sell it, and it is like very seamless. As somebody who didn't know anything about nothing, no crypto, I was so late to the game, Pinnacle, when they opened live, right? And I found Disney Pinnacle to tie back into like something I know and feel safe with, was just like, oh, this is so easy. It's Disney. This is like all in the app. Yeah, okay, I go over here to this other guy, to the marketplace. It's separate, but it's all the same. It all looks the same. And y'all, I'm on a laptop. I opened up Disney Pinnacle for the first time on a laptop. It's very different. Anyway, so I'm going to turn it over to, let's see, who wants to go? Does anybody? Oh, wait, you want to talk about your Disney Pinnacle there, JJ?
I don't have any yet. That's the key. Is maybe somebody needs to.
What do you like? What's your IP that you? Uh-oh. Banana Mac just made JJL's day better.
I mean, I saw they got the Star Wars, like Disney has the Star Wars stuff now. So obviously that's pretty cool. I wouldn't say I wasn't quite the Star Wars aficionado that a lot of my friends were growing up, but that one holds some of those memories, young memories. And then anything, I was looking on here, I saw something, they were like, there were some pins that were in a Disney set that were like a St. Patrick's Day theme inspired. I was like, oh man, I should just buy all those. Those are cool. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm still looking to figure out where I want to get to, but it looks neat.
Oh, can't hear you.
I need a mouse anyway.
I was gonna jump in and like I was kind of giving you my background and how I'm a collector at heart. I think what excites me about the pins is that they can be anyway, I don't want to seem like I'm selling it. It is what it is, but I like a physical. I actually I wanted to mention, did you guys ever do like geocaching back in the day where they would give you like GPS coordinates and you had to go like find a hidden thing and write your name in it? Did anybody do that?
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
No, but I know about it.
Yeah. So I had one of those like old Garmin handheld things, and they had like, you could go on the internet or get a book and it would give you like these geocaching locations, and you could go on these adventures to find these little capsules, and people would leave books or leave items or whatever. And you could take something, but you always had to leave something or write a note or whatever. And I just thought that was so fun. Like, it was so cool. And so obviously like they don't do it that much right now, and it's annoying, but I think I love the idea that someday they could do that anywhere in the world, and like the parks. And if you go to this place and you scan this QR code, you can redeem this thing. And they did a sample of it at the Hilton, and I literally drove down there by Disneyland to do it, and it was just so fun. It was just like, it's a challenge, it's an adventure, and you meet people along the way, and that's really what excites me. But like, I don't know, some days I'm really excited about it, some days I feel like it's never going to happen and we're so far away from it actually taking place. But that's what excites me about that part of the pins.
No, I think that's really cool that you made the trek out there, because I did the same thing. We were at DesignerCon in Vegas, and my wife and I decided to drive all the way down to Anaheim to do the test, and walked around the hotel and did it. Just because I wanted to see the experience and see how it was, and it was great. It was seamless. I thought that they were going to expand that to the other hotels, other partner hotels, and then eventually bring that into the park. But I haven't heard any announcements about that since that first test.
I actually think VV Fans Magic Pin Collector was at a different hotel during that time, I believe, because like me and Matt went out to Anaheim to check it out too, because it felt like it needed to be done. Like, oh, they're doing something, we've got to be there, And I think they were at a different hotel. So I'm not sure if maybe they will confirm and I can tell everybody the skinny on that another time.
But yeah, so that's one of the fun things that I like, and you can like trade with people. Like trading can be like tough though. Like it is, you actually feel like you own something. You know, it's all in your imagination. It's all on the internet, but like it still feels like you own something, and you do. And I think over time it'll materialize. But that's one thing that I really like about it. I've seen some stuff with like, oh, I know what I was going to tell you. One of my very first NFT, or one of the very first ones I ever went into, was by Orange Comet, and talking about rug pulls. And it was like, because I'm a golfer, and it was these Scottie Pippen digital shoes by Orange Comet. And I just aped into those things and bought like 35 pairs, because there was 1,000 of them, and if you got the one, you got to play around a golf with Scottie Pippen. And I think they were like 200. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but like $250 a pair or whatever of these digital shoes, you know? And I just got them all, and I didn't win anything. And now they literally sit in my wallet, and they're worth like $6. That's the floor. I'm just like, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of blending digital and physical experiences. Like that to me is the pure, that's the like golden ticket that's going to make this thing, you know, go.
Mate, thinking tickets, like that's exactly the next thing that I really want. I find it I collect, obviously another thing I used to collect is like tickets to like to my events, to sport, baseball games, to concerts. Like I still have the first it was Wu-Tang Clan and Redman and Method Man, like first concert I went to, and I still have some of those tickets, and now all those tickets are on my wallet in my phone, but like they kind of just, nothing happens to them afterwards. And I'm like, man, I want a platform where I can keep all my baseball game tickets, all my basketball game tickets, all my concert tickets, and even if I could like upload a picture or a video of me being there with it somehow, like talk about blending physical and digital. That's exactly what I would love to see, like some next step, some type of thing. I've seen people who've tried to do something similar. There was an app called Memento. I don't know if anybody heard about that, like a year or 2 or 3 ago. And it was a great way to kind of upload a picture and your ticket, and maybe not your ticket, but keep everything, like every sporting event, every concert you went to kind of thing. And like, it was a great collection thing. And then it kind of like faded out. It wasn't exactly what I'm trying to describe here. Is just, I really want something with all my old tickets. Like I want to go back. I want all my Guns N' Roses tickets. I want all my Foo Fighters tickets. Like all these things. At Blink 182 last year, I went to Taylor Swift twice. Like I want all these things there in a platform that I can put stuff with and collect, physical, digital together, you know. But
yeah, I think the idea of a digital twin is a great idea. Like even if you're talking about going to that concert and you buy the t-shirt for $50, if you could get a digital twin of that shirt, or the like you said, the physical ticket, if you get a digital twin of that. Well, I will tell you that there are a couple of people out there that are kind of merging that world of phygital and bringing those two together. And one project that I think is really interesting, I don't know if you've heard of Neon Ichiban before. So Neon Ichiban was created by the two guys who had created, there was a online comic book platform where you could buy digital comic books. And then they got acquired by Comixology, and they got acquired by Amazon. Well, they started a new platform called Neon Ichiban. And so they've got Marvel and DC and Dark Horse and all the main players in the comic book world. The thing that's interesting about them is that they are the only one that I'm aware of that offers digital signatures and remarks on the books. So you can have an artist and a writer remark on your book. Yeah, right there. And that really kind of personalizes it. And that's one of the things that's missing from digital, is this idea of going to a convention and meeting your artist and having them sign your book. Well, now you can do that. The only thing that is sort of a negative for me about Neon Ichiban is that they are not on the blockchain. And I've spoken to, matter of fact, the two owners of Neon Ichiban were on my panel at San Diego, and we talked about that a little bit. And the problem is that there's still this negativity around crypto. and NFTs, they're associated with crypto, and the artists just don't want anything to do with it. Nobody's explained to them or sat there and talked with them and said, well, why are you scared of it? And they just doesn't matter. They don't know. They're just scared of it, and they don't want anything to do with it. So all of these are hosted on their own private network, but they do have a marketplace, and you can buy them and resell them. So, I'm in favor of it as long as it's still getting people around the idea of understanding this idea of buying something digitally and owning it and being able to resell it. So we're still in the early stages.
Yeah. JJL, I was going to go back to what you were saying about like marrying those two. And I think it's one of the reasons why when I think about both Pinnacle and Panini, I think that they have this connection point because you actually, like, for at least as far as I know, most of these pins, if not all of these digital pins, are actually real pins that exist in the parks. Or there's some version of it that's very, very close, right? Same thing with Panini. Like you pull a downtown card on Panini, and you can get a downtown card physically, right? And you can match the two and marry the two to Video Shane's point. Where I think it's interesting is and I think about that has this huge emotional connection then to like we have just taken the same sort of nostalgia and feel and moved it digitally. Where Top Shot and NFL All Day are different in that regard is that they don't carry some of that same, the same nostalgia and familiarity of the sets, but they lean more into that like Sports Center top 10 moment, and the emotional appeal of the crowd and the video aspect of it. And in fact, I was going to mention my like favorite project of all time, rest in peace, La Liga, which was their Dapper soccer project. Like they had the announcers calling each of these soccer plays both in English and in Spanish. And like we all know, listening to soccer in Spanish like is the greatest, right? So I don't know. It's interesting to think about how these different projects kind of connect us to the physical world in different ways.
Yeah. I love how they're autographing Top Shot moments now, right? They have autograph moments now. The next step of that obviously is like, I want to see the player have to put the camera on themselves while they're actually signing it on the phone, signing the moment somehow. I want that to somehow be integrated some way. You've got your authentication and your signature right there. I mean, those type of things. I know that's next level stuff, but come on, that's the future, right? Like,
well, what I will tell you about Neon Ichiban is when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, when they were introducing the idea of signatures and remarks, is the piece of software they used to do that was only available on an app that they had created. So you went over and used a code to scan your comic book, your mint number, and then they would sign it right in front of you. So I have tons of video of them doing that experience at Comic. It was they took the physical world of doing a signature and did it digitally, and then it showed up on your
comic
immediately. So
hey,
it's pretty cool.
That is next level. That is so cool.
Yeah. And then I don't know how much, if you're familiar with, where I'm at right now, I work for McFarlane Toys Digital. And so, my journey through digital, I went all in, and just like, you had mentioned, Apache, how you went all in with those shoes, I went all in because I immediately gravitated toward digital. And so I spent a lot of time on the McFarlane Discord, and then they eventually brought me on as an employee. So I'm part of the team for the digital side, and I host their trivia nights. Briar came out to one of those. It's a lot of fun. We give away a lot of prizes. Matter of fact, we have another one coming up on the 23rd, this Monday. So if you're interested, come out to a McFarlane trivia night. Lots of cool stuff. And they do a lot of phygital. So you go out into the store and you buy a toy, and inside there is a scratch off card to get a digital twin of it. So you're getting kind of a 2-for-1. You get introduced people to the idea of digital, and you get the physical toy as well. So
nice.
That's so cool.
This shit's fascinating. As someone who's a novice,
it would be cool if McFarlane would do the AR on top of that and take like the next level and like blend that VV style in. That'd be cool. These are so crazy.
Yeah, we decided to go the app route for your desktop, and so just like the VV-verse, we have our own kind of platform where you can download and put all of your figures inside of a kind of a McFarlane verse, if it, as you may want to call it. But yeah, the AR stuff I think is cool, and that may happen. But like I said, we're still so early. There's not that many people that are in this digital space yet. So I think it's incumbent upon all of us to get out there and get the word out there and just try and explain the benefits of digital ownership and, being able to have it all in your pocket with you all the time. It's one
of my favorite, my favorite interactions with my friends at a sporting event kind of thing is, and I'm not a sales guy. I'm not in sales. I'm not in public speaking. I'm not in any of this stuff at all. It's not my world. But I just like to pull out, like if we're watching a game or something at the bar or something, and be like, oh, that dunk was killer. And be like, he's done something similar to that before, and just pull out a little moment and show it to my buddy and just like, oh, whoa, that's cool. Can you just look at that anytime you want? I'm like, well, yeah, anybody can, but I also own it too, because I can sell it to you, like what you were saying. Like, huh? And just that little bit. And then I usually just leave it at that. I'm like, you come ask me about it later, moron, because I hate the post thing. But sure enough, later on they're like, so like, how do you do that? Like, well, what's it about? What are you grabbing? I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take.
There we go. Now I'll take questions.
I think people can be categorized too. You got to know your audience, right? And like, I think some people clearly, like, I would say if I had to put like a percentage on it, I would say probably like 40% of the population in the world could care less about collectibles. They're just like, you could sell them till the moon came home. Like, they're just not going to be into collectibles. There's nothing you can say that's going to change that. That's probably 40 to 50% of people. And they look at you when you try to explain what it is, and they think you're absolutely nuts. And I can usually like tell pretty quick, like, if they're into that. Then there's like the other 30% that are like kind of convincible, but they'll like dabble in it. Like, yeah, like, let me see the app. Oh, wow, what do you do with that? Like, oh, yeah. And then like, I also think those people are like irrelevant, like as far as like mainstream adoption. And I think there's probably 20% of the people that actually care and could be onboarded and educated about it. And the real challenge is going to be, like we already started talking about, the custody, like the technology, but it's going to start to happen. Like, kids, they don't care about the physical stuff. Like, they just don't, no, they do. But I mean, like, it's all anyway. So that 20%, I think, actually care and collect and all that. Anyway, am I off base, or what do you guys think?
No, you're on base. And I was literally just going to say, it's like 1 out of 4 of my buddies who like get that, who actually go like, oh, maybe I'll buy one. Okay. Maybe like, oh, cool. Okay. I'll open an account. Like, it's, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6.
Yeah. How do you do it? How do you do it? Right. Like,
how do you
the
do
other
it?
ones.
Sign up first. Like, do I need a credit card? Yeah. And that's all you need. Cool. All right. I got one. I got 2 of those in my pocket. Let's go. Like,
I think,
and like, especially if you're out at the bar and it's Wednesday night and, they've had a couple extra beers, it's pretty easy to get somebody to buy their first pack. I'm like, yeah, it's $5. And I tell you, when somebody buys their first pack, I'm like, oh, I hope they hit a LeBron, just a common base LeBron. I hope they just hit a LeBron, and then now we're cruising. So, and if they just hit a Jake LaRivia, then fine. That's all. Cool. Hey, we're going. That's what it is, and onwards and upwards. And I always gift them something. Like, who's your favorite player? They're like, oh, I like Al Horford. I'm like, boom, MGLE, Boston Celtics, Al Horford. There you go. Like, that little things.
So JJ, the first pack that I ever bought at Top Shot, I had to wait in one of the like long queue lines, that they had back in the day. And I get this base pack and I rip a LeBron. And I'm like, it was a base LeBron, right? But like, it was, and I think I remember I paid $9 for the pack for 3 cards. Because at that time, like $3 a card seems like a reasonable like gamble here. I posted it to the, remember you couldn't cash out back in those days, but you could still sell. And I posted it and it sold for like $75 within like a minute. And again, it's another one of those moments where I realized I was a genius, that I figured this out. And and that started the, you know. So you do kind of want people to hit those big, because there's a rush. And the other thing I was going to say too is that, like, I think, hey, Briar, can you pull up Pinnacle again?
Mm-hmm.
Can you pull up the Robin Hood set? So this like set got like universally panned on the Pinnacle Discord. Like nobody wanted to buy this set, right? And the price actually reflects it. I think they're selling now for like under $30 for a $50 retail or something, right? But this was my favorite animated movie as a kid, like my favorite animated movie of all time. I don't know why. I think it was
Preach, my man,
or what.
Preach.
But like there's something about whatever it is in us that like connects us, whether it's the sports or whether it's Disney and or video. Shane, I love how you have all those movies, you know, and that you connect to the world of film. But these 5 right here are like, to me, this is like my childhood. And so I was like, I'm just going to line up and I'm going to buy until the credit card company says stop, which they did at some point. You know, so
I also was
that's
on
a great
that
flag
thread.
for me.
Hey, that's a puzzle set too, and it makes a shield. So
Yeah, I'll build a pin book with it real quick.
They all make it up. Do they have Sword in the Stone? Do they have Sword in the Stone in Pinnacle? Because that one hits me way back in the old day.
They do. I don't know if is it a Sword in the Stone set or is it just Arthur? I can't recall.
Still good.
But I know they have it.
It's an open edition set with like Madam Mim and
that's right.
Yeah, it's a full open edition set.
Mim. That brings me back. That's cool. Look at this. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Glorious. Okay, now I think I might know where I'm starting. Okay.
See?
That's very helpful. That's exactly what I'm trying to find. My Top Shot buddies, a player on their favorite team or something. That's right. That's me.
Hey, Scotty, I aped into that too. I was that Robin Hood set when it dropped. Yeah. I'll never forget. I was playing golf, and I was like, it dropped what 9 a.m. are the drops, I think, for me on the West Coast, and I like literally just kept buying. I wasn't even looking at the serial numbers. I was just like buying. And I was thinking it was going to sell out, and like it just kept going, and I kept buying. And I was like, oh crap. And I saw my credit card. I was like, I bought 35 of those or something at like $50 a piece.
I mean, it's still selling out. You're just the one taking it there.
That's where the addiction part comes in. Is like, oh man. But like, I mean, it was fun. I wish I I have the worst serial number luck, by the way. Scotty has some, you know, Scotty, pulls some good ones, and occasionally I do. The algorithm is not nice to me, though. Let's put it that way.
So Spinatron was supposed to be on the show tonight with us, and maybe he'll watch this later or whatever. But Spino always is on Panini accusing me of having like rigged algorithm and like the lucky. But it's kind of true in some respects. I feel like my role in this entire ecosystem is to pull all the heat and then sell it off at a good price to my friends and overprice it to other people.
My role is to miss on most hits and to buy your stuff that you sell. So that's we all have our roles. That's good. And I shouldn't say it because I hit really hard last week, like 3 in a row. So I'm not. It had been a few years, but I hit pretty hard last week. So I think I'm good for another few years.
What's your pinnacle name? Your username? Because I'm going to send you a full Sword in the Stone set.
What would mine be?
What is it? Or do you not have? Are you not in there yet?
I mean, I'm just logged in through my Dapper account. I assume it's just JJL Smith, but I haven't actually created anything.
I have the Fairy Pin Mother has a promo code. I have my own promo code, but I don't know what it is typed out. Hold on, I have the QR code, but let me get the promo code and I'll type it in the chat. But I do have a promo code if you're a new Disney Pinnacle member and you don't have any pins, you can get a starter pin or set. I'm not sure exactly what it does because I've never had anybody cash it in, but I was like, I have to come in and chime in on that. So
give it a shot. Let me know. Yeah, that's cool. That's mad cool. I like the I like that comment that was just up there, the proof of attendance, because I'm sick and tired of using Facebook as proof of attendance. I'll tell you that right now. So something different would be nice. I don't need to make Facebook posts about the concert and the sporting event I went to anymore, because that's what I use to save all my pictures and my videos from my experience. And I don't want to give Mark Zuckerberg all that shit. So I would love something else. I want that proof of attendance with my ticket digitally somehow else. Oh, it would just, anything's better than Facebook, right?
What the hell is this? But the number one Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, 1 of 1 ultimate moment. Oh my God. Somebody ripped that from a pack.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that was me.
How do you do that? How do you teach me how to do that? Just teach me. I'll pay lessons, do classes.
I mean,
I'm open.
And I'm a diehard Seahawks fan, right? So like this is like, for me, this is
well,
cool.
Congratulations on your Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, thank you. I guess
I'm a Patriots fan.
I was gonna say, if you're a Celtics fan, then maybe you're also disappointed Patriots fan as well.
Where Boston sports fans are not allowed to be disappointed in anything. So we were allowed to be curmudgeons and evil until basically the year 2000, and then we need to shut our fat mouths for the rest of the year, and that's fine, for the rest of eternity, and that's fine.
I wish this
great Super Bowl win. We're here for you.
Yeah, thanks.
You said his name, and here he is. Spino is on the chat here.
Someone came into the universe. Spino, we were just talking about my algorithm.
Oh, okay, yes. Cool.
How are you doing today? Here, I've got your stuff pulled. Oh, wrong way.
Oh.
Here. Come on in, hit the ground running. Let's talk about something cool. Share with us here, and I'll scroll through for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Can I make a somewhat of a handoff introduction to our friend here?
Please help me out. Help
Spino
me,
Trump.
please go.
Because I've gotten to know Spino on the Panini blockchain, where he is the OG legend on the blockchain, but I know he does a ton in real life with cards and stuff. But he's been actually a super big help to me understanding the sports card market and helping a lot of people. If you follow him on X, you'll see he does a lot to educate people on the card market and also on blockchain, Panini blockchain. But this dude's collection is insane, and the rest of us are all just going to sit back now and take it all in.
Is it live or it's already live?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're live. We're good. Thank you, Scotty J, for helping me out there, bro.
Time works. Yeah.
I got a question so how do it's Spinatron or Spinatron?
Yeah, depends on who you're asking. I think Nat Turner call me Spinotron. Other people call me Spinotron. It's all okay. I don't know.
What do you like? What do you want?
Yeah, Spino.
You don't care.
Spino.
Spinatron. Yeah, I call you Spinatron. And I've kind of secretly followed your X page, and dude, you have some pretty amazing posts, and you're extremely analytical, and I'm impressed, man. So yeah, I just wanted to tip my hat and hear what you had to say.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I have I've got your 2 cards that you sent me here, and it's probably easier for you to talk about them than for me to talk about them, but I believe they're Ohtani's, and Ohtani is just the best. So please share with us.
Okay, yeah. So this audience, I think it's more comprehensive, right? Open-minded, can be anything. So yeah. So those 2 cards are physical cards, and I got them within the last year, right? I think the top one, Ohtani, was almost like anniversary. I got it in March 2025. I think for both of those cards, I got in at a good price because I think before the market take off in various ways. The top one is Topps. They introduced this series, which is called Black Dynasty, and the patch inside is from very important games, right? in this case, is Ohtani's 50-50 game, which was used by the MLB, the Major League Baseball, as a marketing or spectacle, right? To get all the people try to watch, like whether he will break 50-50 or something. So that was, I think, also a moment which elevates Ohtani even further. So this card, when they were announced, I got very excited because at that time the 50-50 ball, like the 5th home run ball, was sold for I think 4.2 million or something. The winning bid is from Taiwan. It's an institution. The underbid is a Japanese fanatic. He will buy and showcase for a few weeks and return to Ohtani for free. So those kind of people set a really high price. And so at that time, I basically, like, I think I did some analysis, like some voting, like a polling from my audience, like which one do you want, the 50-50 ball or the game used jersey, right? The whole outfit uniform. I think because the game used ball in the baseball community was kind of has a long tradition, right? Dating back all the way to the McGuire's home run race ball sold for $3 million back in the 90s, which are only affordable to the comic artists. But it was a crazy price back then. So they have a tradition, but this game used jersey, photo match jersey business also have like 5 or 10 years traction, right? So I have a large participation, probably close to 1,000 people voting, which is fairly rare for my poll, and I think it's fairly close, like maybe 53 to 47, but favoring the ball. So that in that sense, it kind of put the card value close to the ball, right, which is 4.2, and but it's not the whole uniform, right? It's a patch from the shorts. It's not from the top jersey. I assume Ohtani will keep the top jersey. So he put the logo man from the shorts, which is also kind of good because Ohtani achieved the 50-50 by sliding into the base, right? Which the pants has more action than the top. Also clothes, there's some like game wornness of it, right? So they put that into a card. I think this process is also a debate between game used people and the card people, right? Game used people prefer the whole game used photo match jersey. The card people prefer you put a game used piece into a card because card has tradition, has configuration, has the chase factor, and the card is not like given out or won by auction from the primary market, right? It's like inserted in a well-distributed pack in a mystery fashion. So there's a democratic way, and everybody has a chance to hit it. So it's all those tradition of cards make that arrangement much more valuable than the game used piece alone. For example, SGA's rookie card out of 10 in some good grade easily outsell his final winning game used jersey. So the card, the patch put in the card will be better. So that even put this card right at the ball better, right? So when it was announced, I said this card has a potential to be 5 to 10 million if curated well. That was just a commenting on a basically a mock-up, right? Advertising post from Topps. And then later this card was hit and put in auction. So I definitely wanted to have a chance at it. So after some bidding, I wanted around 1 million. It's a lot of money, but in hindsight, there are like a lesser card already achieved 3 million. So that kind of sort of at least I think has the floor of 5 million, I think. So that's a good win, like because I kind of did some analysis, and also when the opportunity presents, I just have to go all in to get it. Yeah, it's not easy to win, but glad I have. Yeah, so that's the story for the top piece. Because I was asked a questionnaire, right? Like, which is the confetti moment? Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Holy Toledo, that's amazing. What an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing that. Hey guys, do you have a question to follow up that for him? Anybody, chat or in the group?
Yeah, it's a physical card, but I believe the NFT one day will also reach that kind of level. Yeah. Because before this card, Otani card, the highest Otani card was $500,000, right? So this card helps the price to go double. And now it's 1 year later, there's already 3 million sale from a newer product. So this kind of almost geometric growth, I think, if you do the product right and has right like desirable traits in your release, maybe, yeah, we can see this kind of growth even in the digital collectibles, right? I think if you do the auto patch concept right or something, yeah.
I think Spino does like I put in the comments, Spino math, which because he's a researcher and very analytical, so he does a lot to break down the sort of relationships that exist between pricing and so on. Which, you know, to be fair, Spino, not everyone believes in Spino math. You know, like, you know, that's debatable, right? But one thing I would say is that like he also does this amazing job of we were talking about earlier before you got on about marrying the physical and the digital, and particularly when you have the same thing in physical that you can get in digital, and you do a really great job of like, okay, I have these 6 things and they all kind of combine together, and there's something common about them, right? So maybe this is your LeBron set or whatever, but you do a lot with like, it's these 6 that have some common like through line. And for collectors, I think we all realize like those are the pieces that like really pull us into collecting, is like the story behind it, right? So, oh, wow, you got these are some nice LeBrons. Holy cow!
Yeah, I think let me say a quick word of this LeBron, maybe. Yeah, not taking too much time of your guys.
Take all the time you want.
Yeah. So maybe in the recent half a year or so, I try to get the profile picture group back into the collectible, like sports collectibles, right? So I bought some of their stuff, like the grill pieces in those projects that have a super passionate fans, a big collector like base, right? There are big people paying the high grill prices. And also the founder, owner, or the CEO are super bullish, right? Putting a lot of bull posts out there. And so after maybe half a year, I got like a few nice pieces from various projects, right? I have like the Good Vibe Club, Quirkies, Chimpers, and also Me Beats, and let me see. Yeah, several, like I think all the projects with the nice floor and traction, and all the grill pieces, like the item that with those traits are exactly this picture. Yeah, moonbirds, yeah, and also the pearl, hyper, yeah. So so each of the pieces in their projects are like grill item, right? Like either only 5 of them are such, or even less, or the top one is only 1. It's a Good Vibe Club, but this one is the bad tempered guy, right? It's only 1 bad one. So yeah, so I did this post, which basically, because I collect essential credentials, right? It's a basketball card in a set of 80 guys, right? And the rarity of each are player based. The first player has 1 copy, second player has 2 copies, and so on. So as you progress through the set, it's get easier to achieve, but on the top of level, it's only like 1 or 2 copies, very hard. So in that kind of grid, 3x3 grid, each card has increasing higher populations. Like the first one is only 1 copy, second one has 2 copy, third one has 3 copy, and so on. The ninth one has 9 copy. So I did my PFP version of essential credential. That's what I made on the X post about. So I have some good. So it's a kind of you have to understand the project really well to talk about that one. It's only like there are only 6 copies of this, right? So then I did I said, okay, why not just do a similar thing for the Panini blockchain? So I did the LeBron one, which also have the similar situation. Like as you go through from 1 to 9, the pop goes from 1 to 9. So I found it very interesting. It's kind of like you try to reconstruct your essential credential set from projects. So it gives you a good understanding of the rarity traits and combinations. Yeah, so that's why I put those 2 pictures in as my sample pictures. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So Spino, I gotta ask this question, Spino, since Cynic Dark brought it up in the chat. But if you look at the boxes on the screen, like everyone else on here knows each other through one project in particular, but like some of us know each other through NBA Top Shot and because JJL is right. So, but we all know each other through Disney Pinnacle because we all collect the pins. The question is, when are you going to get in and join Pinnacle?
Okay, yeah. My wife is a pin collector. That's not much I know.
Well, I mean,
she also is an NFT whale back in January 2021. Maybe she's more likely to join than myself. But yeah, I know it has some cool releases. It's pretty cool. I know like some of my followers or the people I interact with have some good collection there. I think it's cool collectible. I think. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome into the Pinnacle Discord with us anytime, man. Like I think BriarJay, you and Fat, what's his name? Fat M?
Yeah, Fat M. Big Fat M on Discord.
You guys are in the Panini blockchain. I know I've seen you in there, and I know Apache's got some. And JJL Smith and I have done NBA Top Shot together for a long time. And I know Video Shane also from Cryptoys, now Digitoys, but we're all in Pinnacle. So that should tell you something, man. It's like there's something about it. You got to check it out.
I will do. But I do know like there are some drops and big sales. Yeah, I do know them. Yeah.
I have a quick question for Spinatron.
Leaf collection.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, nice.
Autograph Terry Pendleton. That's for the 1990s Leaf people right there, Apache. Autograph Terry Pendleton.
Cool.
Can you guys hear me?
Gotcha.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, quick question for Spinatron. That is some incredible stuff you got going there, and I can tell you really analyze it and care about it. And I've also seen some of your posts where you call them like coffin cards, right? Like that's you're gonna take them to the grave. Like, how do you decide what's a coffin card and what you'll let go of? Like I'm yet to let go of one pin and sell it. Like, and I've been involved in Pinnacle for 2.5 years. I literally, to me, they mean more than the money, right? Like, but like at some point, I obviously can't take them all to my grave. Like I'm gonna sell something. I don't know what, but like, what's your thought process of like letting go of something, and how does that feel, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think ideally we just keep adding, right? We're never selling, but at the market being so high right now, sometimes you have to sell to fund your other purchases. And I think the easiest way is just to, for me, is all my items are kind of like coffin items, as you mentioned. So let me just quickly say something, because I think that's captured the K-shape curve of the collectibles. So back in 2021, right, or 22, sports card has experienced a crazy rise, right, from the COVID cycle. There are many reasons for it, but one striking data point is before 2020, the Kobe Bryant has no 6-figure sales. So so that was another age, right? And then when Kobe came along, there's 2 peaks, 21 and 22. And during those moments, certain cards sold so high that in 2023 or later 2022, the price came down hard, right? Draw down hard. But there are other cards, if you know them, some of them haven't even sold during the 2021-22 peak, or they sold, but now the price kept going like steadily and even higher. Right now it's much higher. So there are 2 different categories of cards, right? One goes this and the other one goes like this, right? So the coffin card is a notion I came up with, try to understand why that is the case. So it's basically, I think it's a psychological and intrinsic supply and demand concept, right? So as a collector, we are not just a trader. We collect things because we really want them, right? When we see an item, we really want them. And also, there are items like once I got, I will never sell, right? Unless I have to. But there are also items like I got it, and the first moment I need some liquidity, I sell them, right? So there are clear differences between items. So coffin card is like the coffin plays 2 roles. One is like you keep it until your coffin time, right? Until all the way to the end. And also another way is like when you visit, for example, Pharaoh in Egypt, you see the best item he collected during his lifetime displayed in a coffin, right? So that's kind of capture these 2 meanings. One is represent your identity, your highest achievement, but also an item that is naturally kept by the owner until a long time, right? So that's a description definition, not trait definition, because there are so many collectibles, so many categories, different parameter and different reasons, right? So this is more like a guide instead of like very buttoned up academic definition. But what I try to convey is there's a supply demand imbalance. There's no supply, but all the demand in the world. So that's why it's so collectibles. The value is so protected, and everybody wants it, right? So that's I call it coffin card. One way to say what is not a coffin card is what is coffin card is to understand what is not a coffin card. So the other competing item which goes a little bit like this, and but now it's also like this, right? So it's very in sync to the market dynamic and the liquidity. It's called a commodity card. So it behaves like a commodity. So it's not a bad word because most of cards are not like at this level, right? To be a commodity card, it's basically cash equivalent or a store of value, right? In the same tune of the market. So it's a good word, but also it's high liquid. It's always available. It's often auctioned like a few times in a period, like 1 year period or half a year period. So by definition, you always find it available, right? It's always sold to the market. And when the market goes down, you cannot reverse the trend. But when the market goes up, it's very easy to sell, right? Just ride the wave. So yeah, so the commodity card, at least in the high-end market, card market, it's like items like that, like a rookie cards out of 100 or so, and like very high like profile cards like Jordan, Fleer, PSA 10, such things. Yeah, but those cards could evolve into the coffin card if we have high-end super power or like a super collector size to be like 250 or so, then print run out of 100 will have a chance to be a coffin card, right? So that's
So in your head,
Yeah.
you categorize it coffin, it's untouchable, or commodity, which you can use to create liquidity to like further your collections and stuff. And
Mhm.
you just in your head mentally
Mhm.
like just categorize it. And then when you let go of a commodity card, you don't have any desire to get it back. You just kind of move on from it. Cause I trade pins
Mhm.
and then I like immediately have to go back and buy it again on the marketplace. I
Mhm.
can't, but I'm just curious. So you're able to make it in your head a
Yeah.
commodity.
I never touch a commodity card in my life. All my cards are coffin cards, but some of the coffin cards I have to sell, sell to hopefully a coffin card appreciator, and he keeps to the coffin time. But in the hot market, a lot of speculators, lots of opportunistic people, right? A lot of traders. So you can only hope, right? It's good to go to such a home, but yeah, sometimes. For example, I sold a big card, and that card already sold 3 times since, like within 15 months or so. So it's to answer your original question, how do I manage, right? I think I'm long-term bullish on cards. By definition, if I sell, I'm selling it early, right? So if I sell something, I must have reinvest at least a portion of it to kind of recapture this potential. But sometimes there are certain factors which you take into consideration. Maybe you can make some move, right? You have to give up something to get something. I think if you have to give up very, very good stuff to get another stuff, that means that stuff has to be very special, right? So I think the process is not, it's painful, right? As you mentioned, as a collector, but it's also a very interesting like decision process. Yeah, I have to sell stuff for sure. Like on the Pliny
feel like
blockchain
some of
side,
my
I
commodity cards
to
might be-
sell cards by bringing a bigger collector on board, right? It's more like onboarding sacrifice in some sense. So I tend to sell them at a fair price instead of max, right? So it's we'll see.
I like
Yeah, I
this
can onboard you guys
description
onto the
because I
blockchain by selling a good card at fair prices.
I feel that these all these I feel like I have a lot of commodity cards that I just value so high, so they're going to turn into coffin cards because I'm never going to sell them for them what the market wants to buy them for.
I think it's
I've
a good
created a
guiding
lot of
principle,
coffin
but you don't
cards in
have
my
to
own world.
pigeonhole them into such. Yeah. For example, Scotty's pool, a lot of them are coffin cards, right? But he sell them so quick that I couldn't even catch.
I mean, I waited a whole week on the Wemby logo, man. Like I waited at least a week, maybe 2. But you and I have talked about that, about how you have, because you've had some amazing purchases on the Panini blockchain. I think you bought the Caitlin Clark green Kaboom, right?
Right.
Was that you that bought the green Kaboom? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
me, yeah.
I remember us talking about like you having to free up some capital because obviously with blockchain too, you have to be able to get the funds into the or have your credit line large enough to be able to make a big purchase like that, right? And so
I basically sold all my BTC at that point to buy that.
Yeah, so it's it's kind of an interesting thing too. Is like the dilemma that we would have is like trading off something that means something to us, because that's the only way you're going to get value in order to get something else of value. Which and it's really cool to watch any of you, all of you, hit the cards or the pins or the whatever that mean the most to you. I think like in the Pinnacle Discord, for example, like somebody I still don't know who runs or who built Flovana. But Flovana is just such a cool site and has been for like being able to spot, like instant like listings and then sniping and whatever. And like people are so supportive of like somebody who gets like the gem, and we see that actually like on Top Shot now with the way that they have the collector feed, and you can, it's a little creepy actually. I'll hit something and then all these DMs will start coming in like immediately. I'm like, great job, and it's like cool, but you're also like, dude, you guys are all stalking me. This is kind of weird, But it's an interesting thing to have to trade off.
High-profile breakers are followed. Yeah, I think one good way to browse through the Panini website is to use the filter, right? To go to a sports and make them folderless and maybe choose legendary or something, and then you can see some good stuff. Yeah. Also spotlight, yeah, that's also cool.
Listen, I do everything on my phone, and this is the first time I've even looked at Disney Pinnacle on my computer today. So I'll just clicking around. I'm trying my best, but I will sign off on that and show something else because it was clearly not going well.
Yeah. Yeah, you can, for example, I can show the Clark by guiding you through how to go there if you want. Yeah, the Kaboom. Okay,
that's been the other thing for somebody who like, so those of us that started with the, you know, like the NFTs or with other projects or whatever, and then like for me, like coming into the sports card, more like the more proper sports card world, is trying to understand like all these parallels and inserts. And like some of these sets are so cool to me from an art standpoint, because so much of what we all like to collect is what feels good to us. And then all of you like real collectors are like, oh, that set sucks. Like, don't, you know, but somehow the market decided kabooms were like the next best thing to having the base. And I love the kabooms, don't get me wrong, but I mean, you know, like what makes them better than, you know, any of the other, you know, artistic, you know, interpretations of things. And but yet that's the market just agrees like kabooms are like the thing. So Briar, can you pull that back up so we can see his Caitlin Clark Green kaboom? Because it's something, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so yeah, so you go to maybe up there, go to collections on the second one. Yeah, and click on the WNBA logo on top. No, not yet, just the logo. Close this one. Yeah, go to the logo on top, and you click on the top row on the second one from the right. There is a folderless. No, on the second one, right? And then you go to filter, and on the top left, you put in athletes as Clark. Yeah. CL, and it will show, the first one. And then you go down. Okay, that's fine. But there are a lot of Clarks going on. You can put in, but you can just scroll. I think, the rarity pick as legendary. Yeah, the first one. And then, this third one is the Clark Kaboom. Yeah. So I think the animation effect is amazing on this one. Really captured well. It's better than the physical kaboom. Physical kaboom is like a little radiating thing. Here is like a fireworks. It's quite nice. To answer your question a little bit, right? For the kaboom, I think all the inserts will have their day, right? Right now it's a function of the user base, right? We still have a small user base in the scope of the grand scheme of collectible world. In the physical collectible world, from the heritage data, I can estimate around 8 figure of collectors out there, right? But on the Panini blockchain, the lifetime total collectors are like 90,000. So it's very small fraction. So people will tend to follow certain trend. If big buyers are buying things like this, people will just buy similar things, right? That's play a role. But also for the kaboom, if you know the 90s, right? In the 90s sports, if you go the modern cards from 1980 all the way to now, it's like 4.5 decades. The inserts were introduced in the early 90s, in the junk wax era. Those inserts are vastly produced, not worth much, right? And then back to late 90s, in the 1997-98, there were 2 inserts, which are thought as the top 2 90s inserts. One is called Jambalaya, which has a huge jambalaya like lettering cross, and it has very nice texture. The other one is called the Ultra Star Gold, which is like very like atomic, kind of star-shaped, radiating design. So this, in some sense, is a combination of both, but also with manga kind of rendering. In this case, it's almost like real life, but there are certain kind of sketch quality to it, right? So I think that's, at least from design level or provenance level, it has some of the best insert underpinning, and then plus nice design, and also there are certain big collectors chase certain things, which kind of lead the trend. So on the Panini blockchain, at least on the first approximation, the Prism base gold and 1 of 1, and the Kaboom gold and 1 of 1 are the super grails, right? But if you know more, or you have a different kind of approach, there are many like inserts are really nice in design. I think those will have their day for sure. Yeah, I think if, for example, if you can get a LeBron out of 25 around like 200, that's no brainer, I think.
Yeah. The one that I like the most, the insert that I don't know if like anyone else really cares about it too much, but it's the Alter Ego set.
Oh yeah, that's
the Alter
I care
Ego
about that very much.
Yeah, do you? Okay,
very cool.
The Alter Ego set is so cool because it takes the sports, if you haven't seen it, it takes the athlete and then kind of puts them in a setting that's like the, you know, like with Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, right? So it's got him like racing cheetahs, and but the art itself is like really, really cool. So I like that set.
You can maybe check mine. I have several of them in my collection if you want to take a look what it looks like. Yeah, it's kind of like, for example, Drake May, they play with the word May and Matrix, right? So he put him into a kind of Matrix, kind of the code ring dropping on the background. That's pretty cool. And the Josh Allen as like a Jon Snow in the wall, like Game of Thrones style.
I'm calling him Drake Matrix forever now. That's awesome.
I think that card is badass, man. And I think on top of that, it's 101, but it also speaks to like what she stands for the sport of the WNBA. And I think it's probably the long-term, your feeling would be like how she's going to be portrayed 10, 20 years from now. She can be like the Michael Jordan of the NBA, you know, the WNBA. So that's bad. That's really cool, man. I dig that. I dig it.
Yeah. I think Clark was so well connected, right? Once it was released in only like 3 products, but the volume, the market cap is like top 6 on the Panini blockchain, and the average price is number 1. So it's crazy. Not only on the field, but on the collectible side, yeah, her stuff is crazy.
I'm gonna buy a Clark.
Also supported by a lot of people from Topshop and other people, right? They came in for that drop, right? I think that also. A lot of people, a lot of items hitting the tracker constantly back then. That was crazy. Yeah. And
do you think in the future? I think you weren't on here yet, but I was telling the people earlier, was like one of the first collectibles I got was these Scottie Pippen SP33 shoes by Orange Comet, and there was 1,000 of them that were dropped, and you had a chance of getting to play around a golf with Scottie Pippen, and that's what drew me in. And so, like, do you think there is a connection of incentivizing people to collect digitally to get a physical experience? What's your take on that?
Okay, yeah, I think the digital, there's one argument against digital, right? We see on the X these days is like, we have the car shows and also because car show is going crazy in the US right now. Like, for example, on the day there could be 50 car shows in the US. So for the digital people, it's maybe they think it's hard to showcase, but there's another level to it, right? As you said, there could be a community which we constantly together, right? It's not has to be like one time in a year. And also there could be like a utility, as you mentioned, you're collecting certain things, get rewarded in a physical term. For example, the Panini blockchain at the very beginning, it was like basically a bunch of, it's a way to distribute the physical item through blockchain. And in the meantime, you get the blockchain version, right? That's how it started. But so the physical was embedded at the very beginning. And also, I think on the Fanatics side, I think the Michael Rubin and Mayhan, they said at that time, they think the blockchain has to be kind of integrated into the physical experience to have high value proposition, right? But I don't disagree with that. I don't agree with that because I think blockchain can stand alone. But yeah, to have a larger user base and addressable markets, you want to be creative, right? You want to be using the digital, like the power of digital, right? Frictionless and instant ownership and decentralized and those kind of things can make the collectible experience really, really fun. The easiest way is like, for example, to achieve something and get a nice physical reward, right? But it would be nice to be I don't think anyone has figured it out yet, but it would be nice to be a evergreen kind of physical reward instead of like one time, because one time will mean it's experience, right? Like once that passed, the value proposition will decrease because you have a Zoom meeting with the NBA player, and after the Zoom meeting, the collectible kind of lose half of the value. That's not ideal, right? But I think there should be some way to, especially if the issuer is both physical and blockchain based, then there are a lot of opportunities to give physical meaning, right, to your digital collection. Yeah.
Briar, do you want to pull up the I mentioned that alter ego set, and then it just reminded me of another really cool project that that I and some others from the Top Shot world are in. That's an offshoot of it from one of the OGs called Greek Freak, and I think Greek Freak's also in Panini as well. But he and a few other guys started this thing called Bizarre Stars, and I don't know if any of you all here on this know this, but do you have some, Briar? Do you have? So let's see if you can pull that up, because they have like 6 different artists. I think these are my collection that I just minted, but you can see that there are like 3 different levels of animation. So like that Kobe in the fourth from the top there on the left has the lightsaber and the background, and then there's others where the borders, like if you look at the James Harden on the left second row, the border has animation too. Not all of them have that, but there's like 6 different artists, 6 like different art styles, but they're all done in this like, so it's Kobe Wan, right? So he's got the like, you know, it's all of them are like the play on words, right? And it's just a project that they did just to be like, you know, just have a really cool art project. And I don't know, like I really feel like a lot of us got into some of this stuff because of the art and the you know, and maybe that became this like cliched, cheesy thing that we said to justify our own, like, you know, addictions to this stuff. But like at the end of the day, like this art is amazing, and then I love these connections between like you know, Ja Mutant, for example, and you know, or Kyborg. You know, you got the Kobe Wan, and so now they just dropped series 2. These things are on the Cardano blockchain, and I think they were like $4 to mint, right? I mean, this is a project we're not talking about Caitlin Clark Kaboom. I would love for someday for these to like be valued in people's minds, you know, like in something like really cool, because again, the art is just like super sick.
Yeah, but on the other hand, there are like 100,000s of projects like this, right? On the NFT.
Well,
so
there are
for them
different
to stand out, it's
projects.
difficult.
Yeah, but I mean,
even for the top art, I think some of the NFT projects which has 0 volume right now, but if you look at art, it's amazing art.
Yeah,
I think it's
exactly.
For kind of a collectible to have value, there are many things have to be there, right? Like the IP, the collector base, and also the provenance, right? It has to have some history. Otherwise, it's kind of like a startup where you have to keep running forward with a limited runway, right? It's difficult.
Yeah, speaking of
small
limited
projects, right?
Speaking of limited runway,
That's what originally got me over the hump, was something like seeing the video clip. Like that's what got me over the hump. Like I you know, to me that difference from a picture to a video clip, when that's what registered everything to me, you know.
First the bucket.
There she is, Dapper VIP, BriarJay.
I might have fritzed out.
Yeah, there's my card or my moment that you gifted me here. Jersey match, pretty cool.
I love it.
Cool.
It's a fun time. Oh, it's
Have
my
you seen
internet's like.
Have you
freaking
seen
out.
the newest? Have you seen the new Ascension? The new Ascension moments and the I don't know what you would call it. It's not really 3D. It's like 4D or something. You know, like, I mean, it has. I don't know. It just has a very cool style to it. Maybe you could pull one of those up. I'd love to. I actually have. You know, I mean, I have been sort of rotating out of a lot of my Top Shot stuff, and then this drop, somebody wrote in the Discord, like, we're back, chat, we're back, because they saw Scotty J was buying packs. I was buying a lot of I was buying a lot of the Ascension packs.
Cool.
I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw some like traction recently, right? There's some big sales.
Yeah.
Certain things. Yeah.
There was this guy who bought a Patrick Mahomes 1/1 Ultimate on NFL All Day.
Okay, that's myself. But before that, there's a killer moment, which
Caleb
also
Williams.
sold very high somehow. Yeah, that makes my purchase nicer, a little nicer, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes like I talk to some guys, and sometimes the market kind of, for example, for the Ethereum collectibles, right? When the Ethereum drops, the people actually think in terms of USD, right? Even for those OGs, and then they are willing to pay a little higher, and we see some real move hands. Yeah, so it's a kind of nice dynamic sometimes. Yeah.
So BriarJay, just click on legendaries, the little tab above the moment, and I bet you, and then on the average sales price, do like most recent. Don't do that. Over to the right, there's a filter that says average sales price, and click for like most recent, or like release date. Yeah, exactly.
I have myself muted so I don't like interject accidentally when my brain is braining on these things. But, you know, learning the process of all of this is quite a bit for someone new to all of it. So thanks for talking me through. Oh my gosh, look at these guys. Wow, those are cool.
Yeah. And then if you keep going, we might find some of the, these are the top script ones. Let's see. The Ascension, well, what are those? Oh, those are W's.
Those are cool.
Oh, maybe I've steered you the wrong way. JJL, you know, maybe you know better.
Somebody shooting off a flare for Banana Mac to come in and rescue me this moment. Let's click rare, so I bet it works.
Here,
You just want to search. You just want to search Ascension.
I know, but I'm dyslexic. You don't want me to spell that. Where do I find that?
It's ASC. ASC.
I know. I was like, you saw me trying to spell it. I was like, is anybody watching? Everybody's watching.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. I'm dyslexic. It's the real. This is real talk, guys. This is why chat.
That's
You'll
the
know.
fucking weirdest thing. That should be a Twitter help for everybody. And
there you go. You gotta get rid of the rare.
Yeah. Why did you do it?
Yeah, take off the rare. Or do you take off the autograph?
You gotta take off the autograph. That's what it is. You've got the autograph.
Yeah,
that's
okay, try again. At least I know how to spell the dang on word now.
All good. and these the art on these is just it's just silly. It's unreal. It's
So click on that.
It's not.
Click
I
on
guess I didn't expect it, and I was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, who do I click
yeah.
on? Which
I've
one's
gone
the best
through each
one?
and every single one of these because I already know the two I'm gonna get. I'm gonna buy two of these. I'm gonna wait till there's a special cereal that I can get at a reasonable price, but there's two of them I'm gonna get. And I'm not telling anybody because I'll get extorted out the wazoo for it.
Right?
You should talk about it, and
Yeah, click on any of those
Smart.
Ascension ones just to pull it in, because
Sorry, I just wanted to see. I start looking. This is my
That's
scrolling.
last
Sorry,
season.
guys.
Go to the one to the right. It's
oh
even
yeah,
better.
yeah, you got. Sorry, you're good point. You got to go to the one. You got to go to one of these, the newer ones.
What did I do now? Oh no, where'd I go?
That's all right. Just go back
Nice.
one screen. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying. Go internet,
Just
go.
back one screen. It'll
I
good.
swear I do this in real life. Oh, that's right.
But sometimes it holds it and sometimes
It just wants me to know how to spell this word correctly and never spell it wrong again. That's okay.
yeah, I think it shows that it's not too intuitive, right? In some
Yeah,
sense.
one of these right here are just
Right.
These are
That's the only
these
thing
3D
about the
stuff.
NFTs. It's like it's not always so intuitive. Oh God, I didn't even mean to click on it, guys.
No, that's what we want. We want you to
Good
go in
one.
there. That's exactly what we want.
This Nas Reed one is a good one.
Okay,
Alright.
so
Oh,
what?
I see.
Oh, where'd it go?
this is my internet right now. It
Yeah,
said just
We're all
stop.
hogging it
All
up,
right,
but
here we go.
yeah.
All right, yeah,
Oh,
click
there.
back in. There's a way to like put it into like whatever, like play around with it mode, like 4D mode or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
you can
40?
you can kind of hold and twist it in space now. If you can hold on it. I don't even know how it's done.
Oh.
I've only done it on my phone with my phone.
Yeah, right
but
there, exactly. That's the
okay.
trick right there.
Cool.
So it'll render here in a second, and then and when you do it, it's a little bit like how Pinnacle works with the backgrounds that are dynamic, like or that are like they're not hooked to each other, so that they move in independently of each other.
So that makes it a little bit better, I think.
Okay, we got to do a GoFundMe for BriarJay.
Starting.
Okay, now take your cursor, click and drag, and move it around, and you'll see the background, and you can turn it upside down.
But now the video itself.
You guys can hear me going like, ooh. Oh, that's cool. Wow, look at that. Does that? Oh. That is super cool. So can I? Can I click on that? Oh, there we go. I've never done it on the computer before, guys.
Pretty cool, right? And
So
that
cool.
art-
This is what somebody was saying, like, oh, if they could do what they're doing with Ascension on the pins, it would be really cool. And now I see really what they're talking about. So cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I love how that you can like have the multiple dimensions of the layering of the art. Now, what can you do with it? Is it practical? I don't know. Probably not. But I mean, in an AR
I
world,
thought
again,
you can do it for the play inside.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
it's like, I want to put that on my AR, on my desk but that requires me to live in like my Oculus all day long, and who wants that? I think now to get it to play, I think you might have to come out of that mode, right? Because this is like the spinning mode. So maybe go back down to the
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
This happens to me every time I want to show Top Shot or all those. Just that spin.
This guy's
That's
the
pretty
definition
cool.
of
But
ascension as well.
I wanted to talk about just real quick. Did you guys see that one-handed dunk by LeBron yesterday? That was I love one thing about NBA Top Shot that I'll say and be a part of the collecting and connecting community, and how like just the Dapper has created communities of people who are interacting with each other. Like, it makes me want to look for moments that I would wish were, like available. So it's making me more engaged with the sport, and it's also made me more engaged with Disney and Disney Plus. Like I said, going to the park tomorrow, so.
I think for like when I was saying earlier about how the traditional sports card kind of market kind of pulls you into that, like for a lot of us, like into nostalgia, and because you can go back and look at these cards and the history of those over time, and where I feel like the Top Shot kind of hits is more of that top 10 Sports Center, and that still has some nostalgia. I mean, growing up, like, we'd pull up Sports Center at the end of the night to see all the top plays, right? And so a lot of us who are in the Dapper sort of communities will be watching sports, watching it together, and something will happen, and then all of a sudden everybody that's on X, it's on whatever, it's like top shot this, like make this moment happen, like we have to have it. Then there becomes the debate about, is that going to be legendary or is that going to be rare? What's the scarcity? Where and there's a whole lot that happens there. But you're right, it activates this part of the community that wants to see the moment that just happened live in front of them, captured for eternity in these little cubes. And I do think that is cool and it's unique.
Have you been in a moment yet, mate? Have you been to a game? Have you been in a moment?
I've not been in a moment. I was wondering if you about your with the AFL and because I did the NBL chains too. I did that, and I was like, man, a bunch of you guys in the Aussie Discord, because there is also this Aussie Discord, which is always.
I'm definitely in a bunch of the chains. I don't know. And I don't know. Yeah, sadly, it's not going anymore, but I'm courtside now for every single game. I go to every single game. We're in the playoffs now. It's the finals. Like, it's all time. And I'm always like, where are the chains go?
Well, you'll appreciate this. I was on the Top Shot break last night that they did. I got one of the smaller, I got picked for one of the smaller breaks, right? And they announced, they had Con Man on there live. Spino, I don't know if you saw that, but they had Con Knipple on, and they announced next week's guest is going to be Derek Queen, and which, like, there's a guy in our community who is like so far and beyond. I'm the top collector of Derek Queen, and everyone's
we got to get him on. He has to get on the stream with them.
But you'll love this. You'll appreciate this. I asked the Dapper people on stream. I'm like, when Xavier Cross? When are we going to get Xavier Cooks?
Cooks.
Cooks. Yeah, sorry, I said Cross. Xavier
Cooks jersey over there.
Yeah. I was like, when Xavier Cooks? Yeah, because it's like I'm like that NBL crossover, and I think he's averaging 3 points for the Wizards, and I was like, dude.
Yeah, I was dying for like the 10-day contract, like little Top Shot 10-day contract insert. I was like, come on, give me a little
Cross. I'm so sorry. Of course, I know it's Cook. The dude was like MVP twice.
I'm all over all the Aussie guys, including LaMelo. I like to collect LaMelo Ball stuff because he played down here for a year or two, but all the guys who've played down here, the rookies who go up, I try to, even Aussies who developed up here through NBL 1 and the lower leagues and then went to college. Tyrese is a good example of that this year. I mean, I love collecting the Aussie stuff. It's everything. And I got some Josh Giddey stuff. I have a lot of Josh Giddey number 36 serials, or a couple, because he used to play for the Adelaide 36ers for a year. That was his first year. He didn't go to college. Instead, he played down here. And, it's awesome. Like, those are through and through with the Aussie clan now.
That's awesome.
Okay. Hey, guys, I am getting up at like dark 30 to drive to Disney, but I have a final question for the group. Thank you, number one, for just giving me your time and your energy and filling out my form and reading my thing. And then I just said, I'm going to let these guys talk with each other because I think it's super cool. And if any of you want to come back on and talk more, please, anytime, together, independently. I want to share all of the information. And yes, where is the Dapper MLB? Like, come on, I love baseball. I'm an Orioles Love those Padres. They're, you can eat a Taco Tuesday there, and you can sit on the like green and watch for free. But here we are. We've been talking collecting. We're talking sports. I'm a Disney person, but I'm also a sports person. I'll just keep that. Like when you're an artist, nobody wants you to be a sports person. So you have to kind of be like that. But
we can be both. My wife is an artist and also now a sports person.
Yeah, you have to be both. I mean, I don't know. I played all the sports. You would never believe how little 5'6" of me was a center from the time I started in 4th grade all the way till I graduated high school in 1 year on a boys team. So, I love basketball. Like actually getting like the Spurs side note, just goodness gracious. And I had fun on Panini, popping some packs and buying some flags and stuff that I probably shouldn't have. And I got a couple of Otanis too. I do like the blockchain.
Wait till you see what Wemby did. Wait till you see what Wemby did tonight while we were on stream.
Oh my God. He's so amazing. Anyway, so it's like as a kid, I looked up at Rodman, and as like a grown-up who doesn't play anymore, I just he's everywhere. It's just a monster. I love that energy. You cannot coach that into somebody. So to finish out here, tell me what you think. Is physical and digital going to come together and make a merge like we've been talking about, where there's the card, right? The Kaboom card, real time and physical, or do you think they're going to go separate? And also, which one do you think is going to take off? Are we on the Apache 20-year plan because we're like my grandma who says ride the wave for a long time and just be patient, set your assets and go? So please feel free.
I need the connection. I need more connection. I need more connection between the two. I love the digital. I'm a sports fanatic. I go to so many sporting events that I just, that's my social life. That's my thing. I want as much of the connection as we can get. And I'm honestly a bit of a Luddite. I own a technology company, go figure. It's just, I'm the experienced guy, and I'm embracing the digital, and I love it. And I'm passionate about it, and it works so well. It's so functional. It's so logistically superior. And, that just suits me perfectly. And I want to see more connection. I don't know what it is exactly. I ain't the brainchild next, but man, I want it.
I think it'll happen. I mean, I think it's more like when in a relay race where you're passing the baton, and there's a moment in time when both hands are on the baton, right? I think that moment in our life is a much longer stretch than what most of us want or think. I think is going to be physical and digital working kind of like together. But I also think it's a little bit like people writing checks, like all of a sudden there was like some people are going to use debit cards, right? And some people are going to then put the debit card on the phone, and they're going to use Apple Pay, right? Or Google Pay. Doesn't mean that people still don't write checks, but like, it's not that long ago that checks dominated and outpaced mobile transactions. And we know that that's not going to be the future. But it still may be a part of it, I think. And I'd be curious to hear Spino's. I think those coffin cards, right, are going to end up being the ones that like make it in physical, no matter what era we're in. And then all the base, the junk stuff is going to probably move into a digital environment anyways. Cause you can't grade any of these stuff. You can't ship in, so the digital makes it all easier. And then I still think those higher end ones are probably going to live in physical as well.
Yeah, I think it's good to see there are big collectors involved in both, right? We have a bunch of them on the Panini blockchain side, which are, I think, doing well on both ends. I think there should be a kind of universal bridge. Like, for example, right now you can vault your physical card, right? To have a very NFT-like experience, right? The frictionless and everything else. But the interface of the vault is so inferior compared to our NFT native platform. So far, there hasn't been a reverse process where you can take your favorite kind of blockchain collectibles and make it physical. There are efforts, right, to have some physical slabs and so on. I think eventually maybe we can have like card company or the release company have like a official approved version of the digital, right? If you want to have physical, you can maybe have a lifetime one time to redeem kind of physical. It's not necessary to be, for example, if I collect a blockchain on the Panini, I won't get another printout version of physical, but I get a super slick kind of double-sided screen with the card size, and I can hold it in my hand and show people. I think that probably will make it even more desirable than a physical cardboard, right? So I think this kind of a dynamic will exist in the future, like more native voting and also a physicalization of digital collectibles. But also, I think right now people already like try to pair, because on the Panini side, for example, on the physical and the blockchain, they are completely different assets, right? They are distributed in a different way, different value proposition and everything else. But some people try to match them together. I think that's a nice way to collect, where you capture the upside of both sides and also have a kind of complete collection. I think that's what Singapore Texan talk about, like complete pairing or something. Also, like recently, like SEC ruled like digital collectible are not security, right? I think that's a very important moment. And also, I think that probably try to pave the way for all the public company to get on chain, have tokens release, right? So they want to have that clarity between those securities and the NFTs are not securities. I think once you have all the public company available as tokens, it's not that far-fetched that sports memorabilia are available as tokens as like a universally agreed form of celebrating sports and showcase your fandom. And then people look back, okay, actually there's native way, and also there are the collectible that has been out since like 2020, like for years now. So I think the moment will come, I think. And I think, let me give a kind of a numerical perspective, right? If you collect physical cards for the last like 14 years, we have a growth like every 7 years, there's 10x in the physical sports card market. And if you sell your cards after holding 7 years less than 10x, that means you didn't hold the right stuff, or you sell a little bit like too like lower, undervalued. I think we will right now for the Panini blockchain compared to physical cards, we often see the ratio of 1:10 or 1:5, right? I think my slogan is P like ratio BC, like physical and blockchain ratio, will be 1:1 for PBC. PBC means Panini blockchain, so it's kind of a nice slogan. It's my it's not guaranteed, but I have a mathematical way to justify it. It's my kind of my dream or mission I can work towards, right? I think once you have a direction you can work towards, I think you will get there, instead of just live every day like as it comes. I think that will come when the user base keep growing, and also the awareness, right? And because many people doesn't know exist, and also the right way to approach things. I think we'll get there. So we have a nice 10x or 100x upside opportunities, I think, in the next 3 to 10 years, maybe. Yeah.
Thank you for that perspective, because I also feel like those pins are going to be like a coin. Like the pins feel like Disney could just easily make that a currency within the park. And here I am sitting on my mini collection of being able to go to D23 events for free because I what is that called? We burned my, a set of standard pins or something like that. Like that, I see where the utility and things are growing. But I did want to bring up one of my friends, like totally loves, last time NFTs. And they showed me this thing called Tangible. And the concept is that you had this NFT and then it would like pop out. I don't know nothing, right? I'm like a baby in this world of digital collectibles. I've been collecting all kinds of things my entire life, but the digital collectibles are so interesting. What just happened?
He just made a tangible NFT happen.
I actually went to one of the technical shows. Actually, there are devices where things really pop out. Because I think the screen is kind of a curl and whatever. I think I asked their contact information, but never follow up. So it's not unthinkable we can do 3D from 2D devices. Yeah, it's possible.
They have that, and then I've been seeing that like stereoscope kind of thing where it flutters in 3D space, and those are pretty cool and interesting. So I think that the future of this is like, here we are. We're at the beginning, y'all. We got to just kind of hunker in and hang out and support each other through what might feel like not a growth right now. I think a lot of people are feeling it. There's a lot of, just in general, people are feeling things. And so, hang on, love your collection, collect the things that you do love, coffin the things that you think you can't live without. And I don't know, I call myself Tiny Diamond because I also don't sell anything, but I do know that there is some benefits to that. So, guys, I appreciate all of your time and energy. If you want to stay on and say goodbye when I end the stream, that'd be awesome. But again, thank you guys so much for your time and energy today. Love to have you on anytime. Thanks to the chat for hanging in and commenting and hooking and just hanging out with us tonight. So anyway, 2 most important things to do every single day. Always try your best. And have a lot of fun, because if you're doing those things, life is successful. All right. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.